Testing 1, 2. Test your mic.
Testing 1, 2.
Testing.
Luke, I am your father.
Thanos.
Oh shit, I'm getting a boner. Fuck!
Yeah.
Vina, 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 vina.
No. Yeah. Put the pillows behind you.
No, that's not good.
Ooh, let me get one of those pillows. Yeah, well, I didn't know they were there either.
All of a sudden, everybody wants a fucking pillow. Okay.
Grumpy guy's back.
Oh, shit. Big dog. Damn, big dog.
How am I grumpy?
I understand about the staff.
What do you mean? All of a sudden, everybody wants a fucking pillow. Hey,
Well,
all he
goddamn,
said was he wanted a
everyone fucking
pillow.
get their shit together.
He just wanted a pillow.
Okay, I'm sitting around keeping their shit together. Everyone's just
No.
piggybacking the rap.
Hey,
That
you're the
rap
heart.
dude
You're the
all
heart and
work.
soul.
Hey,
Heart and
bet your
soul. Here we go.
fucking ass.
You,
Cheers.
Salud.
you don't ask us for help.
To the
You
rev,
don't
yeah.
tell
You don't
us
even
what
know what to do anything.
No. Here's the thing, Rev. Here's the
No,
thing.
you're an
No.
asshole.
Here, I want this recorded.
Yeah.
Hey,
You're an asshole.
He does everything. Doesn't ask for help, and then he fucking gets mad that we don't help.
I'm willing to help. I didn't be told what to do.
I'm your fearless leader, big dog. That's good.
All right.
Well, I wouldn't say fearless
Moderately.
or a leader, but
I never kneel to men like you.
they are always men like you.
There are always men like you.
There are
fucking
no
stupid.
men like me.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Rev and the Filo show. I'm the Reverend
And I'm Filo.
Filo. Michael with us always. Today we have our special guest friend sitting in with us, Dave Salazar, aka Dave Not Home.
Dave's not home. He's our buddy.
Go
He's
ahead and
our
say
pal. He's
hello,
our friend.
Dave.
Hey, everybody.
He's a dude.
How you guys doing?
He's actually
barely
one of
coming
our
out the
loyal
room.
subscribers.
Loyal. He's a buddy. He's a pal.
So
Number one.
we here at the show believe in an open forum for all the homies. So welcome, Dave.
Thank you. I actually
Cue,
been drinking this beer you guys provided. It's really good.
Audience.
Q, I'll put that in post.
Yeah.
Another week,
Roaring
another
crowd.
show. I was gone for the weekend. Felipe moved into a new house.
Yeah.
Schmike was at the
Ooh.
beer fest. There's a lot of
Yeah.
shit going on.
And
nice.
Dave
We all
Full
was
What
week
to
of
do?
goddamn
Dave was
nothing.
working.
doing Dave things.
Yeah.
Whatever Dave does.
Whatever, Dave. Dave's not home, so.
Dave's usually
okay.
not home. He's always home.
Can I go first? I got something that I read that I saw the other day, and I
Yeah,
thought
yeah.
you guys would find it interesting.
Go ahead.
Shoot.
And I was telling my dad this, and he was laughing really hard. So I thought maybe.
Okay.
I thought maybe.
I'm ready to laugh.
Okay,
Yeah, I
so
know.
so listen to this. You all like Star Wars, right?
Who
Love
doesn't
Star
like
Wars.
Star Wars?
So the original Star Wars.
Hold on, I have to take
Okay.
that back. The last movie that came out,
Last
Last
Jedi.
three sucked.
trash.
I didn't see it.
Trash.
I haven't
Last
seen
three
it.
sucked.
The Last Jedi.
I haven't seen it, and so many people say
No,
it's
I
trash
liked
that
Rogue
I
One, I'm
don't
sorry.
bother.
Yeah.
I didn't
I
care
haven't
for
bothered
Star
There's
to
only
watch
there's
it.
only two.
Last Jedi sucked.
Last Jedi sucked. Force Awakens was alright.
It sucked.
It was kind of like just a redo of the.
It was alright.
Just that
was
Force
alright.
Awakens
Remaking
was.
shit,
You know
dude.
what was good about Force Awakens was that trailer that dropped. Remember the original?
Oh yeah,
that first
that
trailer.
was dope.
And then they did that Matthew McConaughey.
Oh,
like-
that was fucking Interstellar.
Yeah, they
Oh,
cut
my
it with like
God. With him crying when
Interstellar,
he's
so
watching
that
his
he's watching
messages.
the Star Wars trailer, but then
yeah,
like
he's
he's like crying and like.
That's
That's
in
a
the movie
classic.
Interstellar. when he's
Have you ever
watching
seen
the
that,
messages.
Felipe?
I didn't.
You know, you
actually.
never seen
No,
that?
No, I didn't.
That is.
I thought you
How
were
old is
talking
that
about
video?
when they first revealed the Millennium Falcon and then
Yeah.
they
Oh,
see.
Yeah, it's it's
Matthew
the
McConaughey
same.
from Interstellar
Okay, so you know this.
crying.
Have you ever seen Interstellar?
His messages.
Yeah.
Uh,
Have you seen Interstellar?
Yeah.
No.
You never seen it. Also, you
Matthew
know what I'm
McConaughey?
talking about.
Okay.
I'll show you
Well,
later.
it's-
Oh, but
it's
you
a
gotta
miss.
watch Interstellar. That movie's fucking awesome.
You've never seen Interstellar?
I've seen the ending actually with Mike. He just had it on.
Oh yeah. So what were we gonna watch after that? Was there a fight or something?
Yeah, I don't remember, but I do remember. Oh, I think it was a fight, but I do remember seeing the end where he sees the whole,
Yeah, yeah.
everything. Anyway,
I'm gonna go out and say that Inception was better than Interstellar.
You don't say that. You don't say that.
It's a controversial issue.
say
Controversial
that.
issue.
It's
It's an unpopular opinion.
Inception was
love
alright.
Inception.
I only
I
saw
fucking
Inception.
loved it. What's wrong with loving
Inception?
Inception?
I
mean,
the greatest.
agree to
Look,
disagree,
we all
Mike.
know that the greatest movie ever made is Infinity
Infinity
War.
War.
That's true.
Up until
It's
Very much.
it's-
Why the shit are we
now
talking
and
about?
I
again.
mean,
Interstellar? Let's
when
talk
I
about
saw
Infinity
that
War.
fucking movie, I didn't. I was like, I almost retired from watching movies. I said, there's no way I could ever see
I'm about to
anything.
retire in a couple weeks.
Right after Endgame, that's it. I'm done.
I'm fucking done. Yeah.
Can we
I'm done.
talk about Infinity War? I want to talk about.
All right,
Wait,
well,
hold on.
let's
I
get
wanted
back,
to-
let's get back to
Yeah,
Star Wars.
I
I'm
wanted to
joking.
just say this real quick because I thought you guys would think this is cool.
Right.
Okay, so the original Star Wars, right? All the space scenes, everything was props, right? Like miniatures
yeah.
and models and scale models,
Yeah.
and everything was scale models, right? So
Mhm.
when the
Yeah.
movie came out, it was a big success, but like it was still just kind of like a movie. So a lot of that stuff that they used, all the props got put into storage.
Right.
Yeah.
And then it was in storage for a long time, and it was in a storage locker that was leased by 20th Century Fox or whoever put the Star Wars out.
Mhm.
And it's in storage, no one think, it ain't worth shit. And then they cancel their lease with the storage thing, and they just say like, just throw it like with the exception of some pieces, they're just like, just throw it all away. So a lot of that shit just got thrown away in the trash, right? Including the Death Star. But it turns out that the owner of the guy who owned the storage facility,
Yeah.
he decides that he's gonna keep the Death Star.
Damn.
So he keeps the Death Star, right?
Mhm.
And it's the original Death Star from the first Star Wars. He keeps it. So then
The
years,
one from the opening scene, right? That goes.
yeah,
over.
yeah, the one they used through the whole movie. So he keeps it, and then like years go by. Years later, this Star Wars collector guy somehow stumbles across. He's at the antique shop, and somehow stumbles across the Death Star. And it turns out that the guy who owns that antique shop is the same guy who used to own the storage facility.
Yeah.
So he's like,
Coincidence.
holy shit, this is the real Death Star. So he tries to buy it. But
Yeah.
before he can buy it, someone else comes and buys it.
Oh.
And then
Nice.
they take it, and they take it to some like rural town in the United States, and they put it in the lobby of like this local like country western show at this like little tiny like,
What?
and it's just there, right?
Jesus.
It's just there. And
Like an
then
attraction.
so then it stays there for years. And then the guy who was originally going to buy it finally gets cash and finds the guy, and that show had went out of business or whatever.
Yeah.
And he was like, well, I'm going to sell it. So this guy bought it, and the guy who he bought it from, was using it as a trash can. He had turned it into a trash can.
What the fuck?
Oh,
I knew it was in the front
my
lobby.
That's a
God.
big ass
just,
trash
People
can.
were just throwing
Fucking
trash.
No, well, it wasn't like.
No, it was a big. I don't know.
Oh, it was huge.
It was like, it was big.
Would you say it was about the size of this table? Was this
Nah,
table
like it was a sphere though.
Like
It
8
was
feet,
like
maybe?
it was probably like 5 feet tall.
And how much trash
Oh,
will it
that's,
hold?
yeah, that's pretty tall.
Huh?
How much
Ah,
trash
that I
will
don't
you
know.
think?
I can hold
Approximately.
a lot of trash.
It's the model.
So it turns out
Yeah.
and so then this guy buys it, and then eventually someone else buys it for a shitload of money, and then now it's in a museum somewhere in
Yeah.
Seattle.
Actually, sucks.
But I just thought it was funny that it was used as a trash can.
It's funny, but if something belongs to you, do whatever the fuck you want with it.
That's
especially
true.
if you
That's
pay
your
all that
property
money
tax.
for
It's
it.
the Death Star.
But so that whole room, I guess that whole lot that where all that Star Wars memorabilia, all that stuff was there. Whoever was in charge to get rid of it and throw it away, get rid of all that shit, you're an idiot if you don't secretly take.
Yeah,
any
but
of
like
that
nobody
shit.
at that time, like
Yeah, but
it wasn't like, oh my god, this is the greatest franchise of
Yeah,
all time.
think-
Like it was just
Yeah,
like
yeah,
kind of
okay.
another movie. In fact, I've been watching a lot of videos that say that a lot of early like Hollywood like movies, like I'm talking about from like the 30s and 40s,
Yeah.
and that like everything used to be put on film, and you had to store all this shit. And a lot of times, studios didn't have money to keep everything, so they would just throw shit out.
Yeah.
Throw shit out. I mean, like, and
Yeah, everything
a lot of
must go.
stuff gets lost and just got reused, or like just fucking this and that. Like every vehicle from
Jurassic Park.
let's just say Fast and the Furious, right?
yeah.
Remember in Universal Studios, right? They have a Fast and the Furious, like right.
Yeah,
Those cars
Jurassic Park.
eventually are gonna wear out.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
what they usually do is they throw them in what's called a boneyard, and it's like the cars just rot there. You know what I'm
It's an
saying? And
actual
like,
grave.
and a lot of like famous vehicles, like stuff from Indiana Jones, Jurassic Park, all these like really famous vehicles.
So much
They
trash we create.
go, yeah, they
Yep.
just go and they
Yeah.
just rot in a fucking
Yeah.
a movie
It's the
boneyard.
worst.
Well, yeah, until someone comes and purchases
The
it. then-
collectors, they doll it back up.
Yeah, but I
Build that
mean,
shit.
Well, what would if you found something from a movie? Let's say you went into the boneyard. What would
Ooh.
you take? Let's say
a
anything
car,
from
right?
any movie.
Like a car?
Like
Yeah.
any prop?
Yeah,
Any
any
prop?
Any prop.
A movie prop?
Fuck.
Oh,
That's a damn good
so we're
question.
talking a car or we're just talking like...
Anything.
Anything from the studio.
I mean, there's a lot of shit I'd get. Are you kidding me?
Well, what would be in your top 5?
I wouldn't know. I wouldn't...
like the Jurassic Park Jeep.
I was
the
gonna
first
say
one.
that.
That's
Wait,
pretty
which one?
iconic.
The tan one?
No, the one they're in that's on a track when the T-Rex.
Honda.
That's not the Jeep. Yeah, it's the track vehicle. But I,
mean,
Han
want
Solo's
the tan
gun.
Jeep.
Oh yeah.
The
Luke's
red-
lightsaber.
Yeah,
Ah,
there's a lot of
Hans-
shit that
Hans
I would
gun,
want,
yeah.
but
The
I guess after a while,
The
you're just gonna
cane
keep-
from
You could
Citizen
take
Kane.
away
Yeah.
Hans
You're
gun.
gonna have so much crap after a while, though.
No, it's just 5.
I'm only
That,
gonna take 5 things.
I'll just say one. Let's just
that-
line it down to one thing you could take from any lot.
that flip comb from
I have plenty of
You
them.
know what I
Grease.
would? You know what I would have? The flip.
The Zuka.
You know what? You know what I would have if I could have one like famous movie prop.
Uh-huh.
It would be the little King Kong doll from the original King Kong.
oh the little
The-
claymation
the,
one.
no, yeah, the little, the one they use for all the
Yeah.
Kong, like that little like stop motion one.
black and white
The
one.
one that falls off the tower.
Yeah.
That thing's only like it's small. It's
Yeah.
like barely not
They
even.
used what is that called? Forced perspective.
Force
right?
well, it was yeah. They use like models and they just
Yeah.
but that like that would be dope.
Damn.
I'd want the baseball from the Sandlot, the one the babe signed.
Oh,
Wait,
yeah.
which
No,
one?
no,
The
no,
chewed up one?
no, the
Or
one
the
the
one he
kids got
loses?
after with the
Oh,
fucking
this
Yankees
one.
on it.
Yeah, is that ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah,
That's a
fucking
good
blank.
one.
I'd put James
Mike?
Earl Jones just give me a damn free ball. They're praising on that shit. Did I steal yours, Mike?
No,
Did I
I'm
mentally?
just thinking of like...
That's a good one. I mean,
so many movies.
I was gonna say Hans Blaster, but it doesn't. It's not a real blaster.
Or his what's this called? His vest,
His vest.
The
the Han
the
Solo
Han
vest, or the
Purina?
Chewbacca, whatever the thing
That's
he
that
wears.
that
bandolier?
bullet.
That bullet
fucking,
thing. That'd be
belt.
dope.
That'd be sweet.
Damn.
Fuck.
What would
Why did I say the goddamn baseball?
I think I would want like one of those. Do you remember in Empire? No, the third movie original from the original Star Wars.
Oh, Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, Return of the Jedi. Remember those speeders that they?
Oh,
yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Never.
Speeders.
Yeah. Those they like going through the woods. Like,
Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty.
Wow.
That'd be
What,
cool.
like motorcycle wheels,
yeah.
like a chopper.
Yeah, I know.
Dude,
Turn it
dude,
into a
just put it
chopper.
on top of a chopper. That's,
Yeah.
that's a cool ass body.
Oh, that'd be dope.
That's a
Yeah.
genius
You
body.
turn that. Ooh, I'm sure they could do that. Remember that
Yeah.
show, Orange County Choppers?
Yeah.
They used to do like custom bikes.
Custom bikes. You remember Exhibit Show Pimp My
Pick my
Ride?
ride.
Yeah.
Oh
That's
yeah, that was a
amazing.
classic,
They
dude.
would always put a PlayStation 2.
Oh really?
They-
At that time, that's what was
That was
out.
like the
They had
signature
plenty
thing.
of, yeah.
What about the memes where it's like, we heard you like fried chicken, dog, so we put a deep fryer in the trunk. Ooh,
That's
yeah.
ridiculous.
You wouldn't want a deep fryer? That's dope.
Just
We
deep
heard you like
fried
TVs, so
chicken.
we put TVs in your car, and
Deep
I could watch
fried.
while you drive.
Deep
Hey, let's
fry
go to
anything.
Vegas this weekend. We'll deep fry some chicken on the way over. Oh, I'm
Make
down,
a quick
big
buck.
dog. I'm gonna have a
fried
rum-soaked
turkey.
ham.
Mm.
Jesus.
Get the turkey leg.
Anyway, how
Hey.
was
What's up?
how was your weekend?
Oakland?
Oakland.
Oakland was cool.
Oakland.
Schmokeland?
Copeland.
I went. Honestly, it was weird. Like I was the only.
Oakland.
I was barely there for. Let's see. When did I get there? Saturday morning. I arrived, and I was there for like 36 hours.
I was watching. I was on the Rev and Filo Instagram,
Uh huh.
and so I got notifications on my phone.
Uh-huh.
And when I saw yours, I was like, I bet it's on the plane. I opened it up. Yep, sure enough, it's a picture of you
On the plane.
out the window. Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude! I love it. Dude, okay. Fuck, I already told my parents, but the day before,
Uh-huh.
so Friday night, I played a show with the Arachnids, and we got
my
pretty
invite?
like we got pretty drunk, like trashed.
Yeah.
Oh,
Fired up.
did I not invite you? Did I
No.
forget to tell you?
Sleep.
Dude, it was at this place called Ham and Eggs. It was pretty cool.
Ham and eggs.
Ham and Eggs Tavern. It's in downtown somewhere.
What do they serve?
Ham and eggs.
Ham and eggs.
Everything but ham and
Everything
eggs.
but.
Bacon. So
Loin.
I got no,
Kebabs.
but so we got so when I woke up I was so hungover. My dad picked me up early, like at 7:30 in the morning, and I was like, I had to get in the car all fucked up.
Damn,
like,
did you reek of booze?
who knows?
Probably.
Who knows?
You can't
And
really smell your
but
own
dude, riding a plane when you're hungover is horrible. I was like, I was just like, oh, I was trying to look normal.
Yeah.
I was all pale. Even when I got off the plane, And we met up with my sister. I saw my sister, and she looked at me and she was like, "What's up with you?" I was like, "What do you mean?" She's like, "You look pale, bro." I'm like, "I'm good. Chill, dog. Shut up." I'm like, I almost caught him.
Oh my god!
And then we went. So
I almost caught the dragon. Got him.
And we went. So then, dude,
that
all
what
I
you
want to do is go to the hotel and go to sleep, and just like sleep for a while, you know.
Yeah.
And but my mom and my dad, my sister were like, "Come on, let's go.
Well,
eat,
yeah,
let's
you're
go
only
to
there for
brunch."
like the half of the weekend.
I'm like, "You just drop me off, please." Nah, I didn't say. I'm like, all right, I gotta save face.
Uh-huh.
So I'm like, so we go to this place and turns out they're doing brunch, bottomless mimosas.
Oh,
so
there
I
you
get
go.
bottomless mimosas. I start pounding
Reverend's
mimosas.
back,
Saved you, huh?
Woo, about
Yeah.
30 minutes, I was like, woo!
Doing jumping jacks,
I was like,
backflips.
I'm like, what's
Oakland,
next,
I'm
guys?
here.
Yeah.
What do you guys want to do? What
What do you want to do? I'm down for anything.
Question.
But honestly, dude, I got pretty lit. Like,
Yeah.
and I was hanging out with just my parents the whole time. I don't usually
Nice.
do that with them. I don't usually
Damn,
do
you got
that.
lit with your parents, huh?
Yeah,
There's always a
it
time.
was cool.
Did they pay? Did they pick up the tab?
Oh hell yeah! What do you
Nice.
think? I was like, bottomless mimosas. It's $24 a person, sir. I'll take 2, thank you.
Ma, pop.
Pa, you want something?
Don't mind.
It was cool, man.
Sipping it.
So we got jacked up, and then we went back to the hotel. I took a nap. Then we went to go see my sisters play, and then
What was the play?
it was an interesting play actually.
What was it
It's
about?
by this they do companies out there, like these small theater companies.
Yeah.
This one I think was called Ragged Edge or something. That's not what it's called, but I forget. But
Okay.
it was pretty cool. Like it was a cool theater, and it was called Time Sensitive,
The fuck?
and it was it dealt with like the concept of time and like how we perceive time,
Oh.
and
Time is illusion.
yeah,
It is
and
an
it's like
illusion.
it goes to it, and it tells like 3 separate stories that sort of like intertwined in the end. A little bit, kind of like Pulp Fiction-y a little bit, except it's in chronological order.
Okay.
And there's this storyline where, it's these sisters, and they're poor or they're homeless,
Yeah.
and they had a shitty life, and they live in the gutters, and they have to like rob people to like eat or whatever, and they have to like scam people to get money just to eat, and they live at the bottom of this humongous tower. And one of the sisters is always saying like the top of the tower, like that's where it's at. That's where we need to get. We need to get to the top, because to the top of the tower is where the rich assholes live.
I want to taste of the good life.
Yeah, she's like, that's where we need to go. So then like it tells that story, but then it tells another story about the guy who lives at the top of the tower, and he's like this douchebag. He's like an executive or
got to
something, and he's building an elevator to get to the bottom because he's never been to the bottom.
Interesting.
And so it tells these 2 stories, and then there's another story about someone who lives in the middle of the tower, and she has a whole story.
Wow.
And but I liked the contrast of you hear these people at the
Contrast of
bottom of the
towers.
tower talking about how we need to be at the bottom. I mean, we need to be at the top,
Yeah.
and then you cut, and then you have the scene with the guy where he's
all
at
rich.
he's at the top, and he's literally, there's even a scene where he almost
kick-
commits suicide
I was gonna
because
say,
like
Because he wants to be at the bottom.
he
Do they kick him
he
to the
just
bottom?
doesn't
He doesn't wanna be
he,
at the
he
bottom,
feels
he
so
just-
far removed from everything
Yeah.
that
Spartan
he
kick
feels
him
the
off
top
the
is
tower.
like it's a prison or
Oh,
something.
it's like secluded for him.
Yeah, or
Yeah,
something.
which is interesting because imagine being that like rich, you would
Yeah.
have to kind of seclude yourself.
Yeah. So like then there's some other aspects to it.
Like if it like.
But that was probably my favorite part of the play.
like
It was
if,
interesting.
That's
if
cool.
the lottery was.
It was cool.
I mean, Life Theater Music Center has
Yeah.
really opened me up to fucking the arts.
It's
and
cool. It's cool.
Open
lot.
you
And you
up,
know
huh?
what's cool?
Oh, yeah.
What's cool is that
You
it
motherfucker.
everywhere around it's like there was, you know how the MC is where you sit and then there's the stage. There was no stage. There was like we sat like in a circle almost, and like the whole play like happened around us.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Oh.
It was well done. Honestly, it was really well
So
done.
you're like looking around, just like. Oh.
No. You didn't have to look around because
Oh,
you
okay.
sat like against the wall, so you just kind of had to look. There wasn't like a 360.
Why are your hands up? To
I don't know.
It
I
was
don't
like one of
know.
those hands up scenarios.
I don't know what do I do with my hands.
But,
What do I do with my hands?
when I sit there and just watch it play, I have no idea to do with my hands.
I'm just like hold them
Do I
up.
put them down? I don't get it.
And they have like ice everywhere, and they like hang up these big blocks of ice, and I don't know if they did, but it was really hot in there, and I don't know if they did that on purpose.
I think it has because of the lights.
But
Wait,
the ice would melt throughout the whole
Oh, wow.
show, and in the program it would say that
Real ice.
that time exists because we could see it, and the ice, the water dropping, bloop,
Ooh.
bloop, that's time right there. That's doop, every second, whatever. And it's like time exists, we can see it, yet we don't know anything about it. We really don't truly know like how it works or what. It's just.
Yeah.
So I don't know. And then it tells like a whole other story about like this clockmaker who always has to keep the clocks in order, or like on.
Damn. What is it like?
in
4
sync.
fucking stories in
There's
one?
4 different storylines
okay.
that take place. It's a 2-hour play with an
Okay.
intermission.
Oh, nice.
I was like, oh my God, kill me. Because I was like, but at the beginning,
You guys got him for free, right?
My sister got me in for free. My sister, man, she fucking.
She got you for free.
Yeah, dude. She always looks out for me,
But
dude.
not your parents.
Well, she knows my parents can afford it.
Oh, okay.
No, I don't know. I really, but yeah, my parents had to pay, but she was like, "You have a free ticket. Let's go to the box office."
Yeah.
It's your broke ass.
She was like, "You broke ass.
Yourself a ticket.
How much you make from your podcast this month? 0?" I
Oh,
was like, "I actually
we'll
spent
get a
money."
sponsor.
Ouch.
I actually spent money.
And
I've only spent money. Thank you very much.
thank you. And what was I gonna
That's what I've
say?
been
Oh,
doing all
so
day.
like, I want. Okay, it's cold in Oakland. It's cold because
Yeah.
the water's right there, so there's always that water breeze.
Yeah.
So I would leave the hotel and like, I'm hungover again because my mimosa bug
That's
is
a double
gone, and I'm
hangover.
waking up and I'm like, all I want to do is sleep till the next day. But I'm like, all right, I gotta get up. So we're like driving, and I was just miserable, dude. And like I had my jacket on, and then like I said, I don't know if they made the theater hot on purpose, but it was fucking hot in the theater, and I went in with my jacket on. So like I'm into the play and I'm into what's going on, but I'm so uncomfortable that I keep thinking like there's a whole other hour of this shit.
Oh,
Oh my God.
And it's not, and I don't want to, and you know what? I don't want to, the play was fucking great.
Is it still running?
Yeah, no, that was opening, this weekend was
Oh,
opening
shit.
weekend, so it's going to run till May. I might go back the closing weekend because that's when they have the cast party and I get to go because my
Ooh.
sister,
Potter.
that's where it really pops off. But,
That's-
and I want to see, no, but the play was really good. It was really good and I really liked it. It was really well acted too. All the people in the play were really good, but
it's
damn,
about
it was hot in
time.
that theater, man. And then during intermission, I took my jacket off, threw it in the trash,
Okay.
and then I sat there, and it was a little more bearable, so I was able to like kind of. And then at that point, I was kind of invested. So I don't want to give away the ending, but the ending was pretty cool.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right.
I mean, you can give away the ending.
Yeah,
You're never
that's
gonna
true.
see
I'm
it.
not
All right,
gonna
I'll
see
just
it.
give away
What's
the
the
ending.
end?
You guys aren't gonna see
Does
it.
he
Oh,
quote?
God, no.
Does he quote Thanos at the end?
Yeah, he goes.
Now's not the time to grieve, little one.
He
No,
goes,
they
no. He says.
Now
says-
it's no
Effect
time
time.
He
at
says
all.
no. There was a scene where this guy says, and of course, what I said came to pass. Congratulations, you're a prophet. I'm a survivor.
Oh, God,
We
that
don't
one
trade
was
lives,
good.
Captain.
And when he goes,
We don't trade.
he goes, the hardest choices require the strongest wills.
The only one who knows that.
The only one who knows. Stock, you know me.
Damn.
I do. You're not the only one cursed with knowledge.
Next week.
Fuck.
This movie is the most
Next-
Is
quotable
it next week?
fucking
No, the
film.
27th.
26.
Oh,
Wait,
26.
hold on. Let me wrap up.
Those
the,
weeks. All right, go ahead.
So the play was the play. Oh, you want to hear the end of the play?
Yeah, how's
Yeah.
the play end?
Okay, so.
What's the big
You
reveal?
rolled your eyes. Right?
Ah, no. I mean,
No.
no.
Tell me, don't tell
I'll
me.
tell
I
you
don't
the end
give
of
a
the play.
fuck.
It's
So
a good-
what
it's a
ends up
good
happening
mystery.
is the guy at the top, he fixes his elevator and goes to all the way to the bottom, and he gets to the bottom and runs into the girl who had been saying fuck the guy at the top the whole time
Right.
and robs him and at gunpoint and
Yeah.
and then he and then like they have this whole exchange, and then she ends up realizing like what have I done sort of thing, and then he dies in her arms, And
So she
but
shot him.
before he dies,
Wait, does she
he
shoot him?
pulls out his key card and he gives it to her, and he says, "Here, this is yours now. You take this."
Thank
And
you
then
for
he
robbing
dies.
me.
And she was
Yeah.
all like, "Oh, what have I done?" It was good. Honestly, I'm getting chills right now. Honestly,
Maybe we need to see it.
it
'Cause
was
maybe
good, man.
2
It
hours
was
just
good.
for that.
It was
That sounds
good.
like a
It was a
Yeah.
good ending because, like, at the
No
end,
shit.
Yeah.
he
Because out
gives,
of context, like, all right, so he dies.
yeah. 2 hours. Someone has to get shot. I'm not sitting there with that.
nah, and the guy and
That was robbery.
the guy who played the executive, he was good. The girl who played the one at the bottom,
So who did
She
your
was
sister
really good.
play?
my sister played one of the trees in the background.
Lawyer
No,
number
She went to Berkeley, you said, for this.
Yeah, she has
defendant
a degree in
number
theater.
3.
I'm not funny.
Fucking Mike's losing it.
Oh my god, no, my
He's
sister.
very
so
sorry. He didn't mean that.
I thought that
she
was
kind
very
of
funny.
like she actually played multiple roles, and there was like so there's like this weird it's almost like there's these guardians of time
Okay.
that sort of narrate the story a little bit.
Like the Watchers.
Yeah, like the Guardians from Oa in the Green Lantern, or like the Watchers. Yeah,
Yeah,
like
the
the Watchers, where they're just sort of like they just
Observers.
witness time,
Yeah.
you know, and
They get-
so she was one of those. But everybody played the whole cast, like everyone who played a role, even the people who played like the guy at the time and all the
Right.
main roles, they all were Watchers. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Deep.
Celestial.
But
beings.
But and then my sister, see, the
deep,
middle
bro.
story is about this chick who is trying to make her way up, and she's up for a promotion, but she has to pull off this like mad event, and her boss is like this real like
Cali in a wine
just
mixer?
like
Hard
yeah like a hard ass, just like this and that, like
Yeah.
no slack. So she's trying to get a promotion, but at the same time, she wants to have a baby. She wants to get pregnant.
Wow.
And this
Fuck.
is supposed
Damn.
to take.
No,
This is
ain't
I
happening.
don't know about
this is
that.
supposed to take. Listen to this. This is supposed to take place
Pregnancy.
in like the future, kind of. So there's future
Yeah.
technology,
Ah.
and so there's fuck. I'm losing my train of thought here.
Yeah. You're trying to
There's
sum up
technology.
the
There's
whole-
a company, a medical company
The future.
that impregnates women, that like inseminates
Oh,
them.
yeah, yeah,
Is this
yeah.
established
not
in
just
the
that.
show?
Yes, it is
Okay,
established in the
okay,
show.
good.
Cool.
I'm kind of saying it all out of order.
Well,
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
well, that's how it was.
But mine is
tell
you
a
these
story.
all the stories happen simultaneously, kind of, and then at the end they all kind of meet up. So all the stories are happening not simultaneously; they happen one
You're
at a
gonna have to
time.
get
Like
some
that
tickets.
movie
But-
1114.
I don't even
Ooh,
know.
yeah. that
So
movie's great.
Good movie.
I'm probably
Is it
like
the one with the
I
bowling
hope
ball?
I'm not making it sound. I'm saying it all out of order, but I'm just giving you the stories, the single stories.
So it's all
That's all right,
individual
I mean-
tales of the future.
If anybody's
Kinda.
listening in Oakland,
Maybe.
For all
go
you
watch
Oakland
this
heads.
play.
Yes.
And I
Actually,
guarantee
you should
you
go
will have
watch
a
it.
good time.
Every weekend. It's
Why
called.
do you
Gar-
guarantee
that's
it?
a-
It's
that's
called
a-
Time
That's
Sensitive.
a know where I live.
That's a Filo guarantee.
I guarantee that.
It's called Time Sensitive.
I like it.
So the girl
I can watch
can
that.
get impregnated by this company, but the company can not only like impregnate women, but they can you can choose how long you want to be pregnant for. You don't have to be
Wow.
pregnant for 9 months. You can be pregnant for
What?
3 months. You can be pregnant for 1 month. You can be pregnant for as many months as you want. So
I don't-
What's the catch?
So then what's
Yeah,
the lady's
well,
problem? Why don't you
yeah.
just choose
Do
2
it in
weeks?
a
So
day,
here's the
like a
thing.
bada
So
bing.
she goes to the company
Hey,
and she gets pregnant, and she gets pregnant by the company, and then she runs back off to her job. And as she runs off, the people, the like these 3 doctors who are like, they're more like pitchmen, like salesmen. They're not really like, they're pitching. They're trying to get her to buy this product. They give her all the side effects, and then she's like, oh, I gotta go, I'm late, I gotta go. She leaves, and then the last 3 side effects is avoid stress, overwork, and this and that, and this third thing,
What a twist.
that which is exactly
Yeah.
where she goes, and
Yeah.
she's like, and then so I don't know. There's a lot of
Just anybody listening in
Twist
Oakland, go
ending.
see this show.
Just
it's
go
called,
see
Guarantee
it's called Time
it.
Sensitive.
Time
Time
sensitive.
sensitive.
It was good.
Oakland.
And his sister plays a great treat.
in the
Ah, yeah,
background.
no, that's not true. That was a joke. She plays one of the doctors in the company, and then she also plays one of the people in the other company, and then she's also one of the watchers
Ooh.
or the time clock
That sounds dope.
clock masters, I think they're called. Or
Clock
no, they're not called clock. They're called.
Cockmasters?
Con-
I should have brought the fucking
It's okay.
So, no, it's
The
all right. You
pamphlet.
weren't prepared.
You weren't
This is
prepared
very unprepared.
at all.
It's an impromptu up.
Yeah.
It was
Anyway,
cool.
so that was your weekend. And how'd you come back? Did it?
So then the next day we met up again. Had more mimosas.
Nice.
Yeah.
Brunch.
And
Goddamn.
what I've noticed is
I'm a mimosa
your
machine.
family really loves mimosas.
I guess so,
Yeah.
dude. I love them. We went to
This is
we
a
have
mimosa.
mimosas on my
I took a
birthday.
cap. That was my
I was
Yeah,
like,
that's what
these
I
are the
remember?
shit.
That's
Huh?
true.
Most of the bomb.
They are
Mimosas
bomb.
are
I know.
so
It's
good,
just
dude.
like it's almost like a regular.
They get you fucked up
Yeah.
too.
It does,
Like
they do.
really fucked up. But then you know what I like about mimosas
It's simple.
is it's the only booze that I could drink and eat something at the same time.
Yeah. I mean, actually.
Because
yeah.
if I drink beer, I can't eat, and like
Yeah.
I can't eat a pizza and drink beer at the same time.
Mm-mm.
Or
You don't have your
Drink a
morning
beer
whiskey?
before I get my meal. Get that nice little buzz.
Yeah, exactly.
Smash.
Wait, you
But,
guys
like,
tell
you
me
can
you don't have
sorta-
like a morning bourbon?
Well, I didn't say that.
Oh,
You never had a morning bourbon?
you
Yeah.
mix
Never have
Baileys with
morning heroin
coffee.
there?
Don't
Yeah,
you?
you never
you
had,
never shut
Yeah.
up at 9 in the
you ever
morning.
had a morning speedball? It's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. I kind of, low-key, I do have
Low-key?
like a mini speedball
Out
in
of
the morning.
Mini speedball. Maybe you
mini-
should explain this.
Yeah.
before
It's not a real speedball.
Okay.
What I do is I wake up, I go to the
Speedball
donut shop in the
Junior.
corner, and I buy coffee, and then I go and I
Spark that
smoke
shit.
some weed,
Ooh.
which is a downer,
Yeah.
and then I drink my coffee, which is an upper, and
You
then
should
I
just
get all
have-
like tripped. I don't get all tripped out, but I mean,
It's like
Just have
yeah,
sativa
I just
in
get
the
all
you know
morning.
what I imagine
Feel
is
wired.
like
I get
sativa in the
wired, but
morning.
I'm like
a-
super
like a-
relaxed,
like a
and I
spring, you know, like
usually
on the
clean.
door, like in the doors that stop.
Yeah,
that stop door spring, and it's and then you even out.
Yeah, that's exactly what happens.
That's
And then
the
I
buzz,
usually
you need
like
the
start
buzz.
cleaning because I get wired, but I'm super chill, so it's like I have patience to like
Just get
you
this
know,
shit done.
scrub and rub and all
Scrub
that
and
stuff.
rub, baby. Wax on, wax off.
Deep
So
scrub.
you didn't come back.
Runs the
hungover.
world.
Well,
Yes.
so we go to brunch and we drink more mimosas. I get all drunk again, and I was like, man, this is great. And then we leave, and then we're like hanging out for a little while longer, and we go to this bakery, and we
In
order some
Oakland?
shit in Oakland. Yeah, we order some shit, and we eat like whatever, it's cake or something, and we're sitting there shooting the shit, and like we're having a good time. But then my buzz starts to wear off, and I'm like, son of a bitch. So my pops has like you know those shooters you could get. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, you know, the single shooters,
The shots.
the
Liquor.
shots.
Yeah.
So my dad has one of those, but it's something called Bullet Bourbon, which is like
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
pretty decent
That's some
bourbon.
good
Yeah.
bourbon.
It's good.
And my dad had it, and I was like, hey, what's this? Somehow I saw it. I was like, hey, what's this? And he goes, oh, I bought it at the at Bevmo or something. He's like, I just wanted to try it. I was like, oh, okay. And I
no.
downed it, dude. And I downed it. And he was like, hey, what the fuck? I wanted to try that.
Yes.
I was like, I'll buy you another one. No problem.
Goddamn.
Yeah.
But then I pounded that, and then I was like, woo, and then that got me to the plane. And then
You got on board.
now we leave and we go. Now that gets
You
me
really
to
just think your dad's fucking.
yeah.
You
Asshole.
saved his life.
Look,
Now you owe him a shot.
You
Well,
really owe no, two
no,
back
I mean,
to back.
I was trying to maintain a buzz.
Yeah,
okay?
well,
he had
what
water
was it?
for
Yeah,
during
maybe he
the
wanted it for the plane.
Yeah, maybe he needed it for the
Did-
play.
Everyone
You
just chill
fucking-
out, all
Did
right?
you buy him
You owe
one?
him
He's like, I
shot.
get
Did
angry.
you
so
buy
I
him a
just, like,
shot?
bit
Did
of
you buy
bourbon.
him one?
No, not yet.
No,
I mean, his birthday's
It'll
coming
come
up.
Get
His
him a
birthday,
bottle.
you're gonna buy him a shot.
You don't care.
So
Just a
the
shot,
shot
though.
gets me to the airport, but then we still have like 2 hours to kill,
Sheesh.
and then turns out my parents have an American Express card.
Yeah.
And it turns out
Go
that
on.
like you could go into this like exclusive club in the airport
Oh,
for free.
Oh,
Ooh.
yeah. I heard that
Express
I don't know
miles.
how recent they started doing this. Might have been doing it for a
Yeah.
while now, but they do have documentaries on YouTube that you guys can check out if you guys anybody listening want to check that out. But there's these lounges
Ooh.
that have like what was your experience? Because from what they showed, there was like TVs, waiters, and shit like that.
So
Views of the
Strip club.
strip of the like landing strip.
no, we were inside.
Oh, okay.
Bless you.
Bless you.
That was, oh god, was that loud?
Sorry. So
Gross.
Did we get that? Did we get all that?
Yeah,
we go
did.
to this like little bougie lounge, and I mean like it was. They had a whole spread like of food that you could
yes.
get, like a kind of like a. It was alright. They had like avocado toast.
Ooh,
And
some goddamn avocado. Don't say it.
Bless you.
oh, I hurt my chest.
Avocado toast.
And
They had avocado.
but I
toast?
didn't give a fuck about the
God
food because they had a
damn.
bar. So we go to the bar. And,
Open bar.
nah. Well, actually,
You should have ate.
I think there
And
was
drinking water.
a certain
Nah, you
level.
get
I think
more
the
drunk.
I think the
Can
well
you get some water with these
stuff was
mimosas?
free,
The well stuff was
but
free.
the bomb shit you had to.
Get a shell out.
So of course we got the bomb shit.
Oh,
Yeah, I wasn't fucking
You
paying
know,
for
I
any of
was,
it.
I was
not
like, Pop,
expecting that.
tip the woman.
Man,
Didn't you
Seth
just buy a
Rogen.
bullet just to try it?
You know, see, there's a bullet right there, the whole bottle right there. You got two bullets on the rocks. Thank you. You want something, Pop? And
Oh,
and then you know what? Because I was only drinking whiskey because I had drank that whiskey. Really, I wanted to drink more mimosas.
Yeah.
But, you know, there wasn't any around. Turns out, and I didn't find out till after we were leaving and it was ready to get on the plane. They had mimosas there. That was
Son of a
included.
bitch.
My mom tells me this now. I'm like,
It
what are you
doesn't end.
doing?
It's a bar, bro.
It doesn't
every
end.
bar has mimosas. It's fucking.
Ah,
it's true. It's like the
I don't-
easiest drink.
For
But you know what? Because you could drink. I
It's
could
one
drink
of the
like 10
easiest drinks
mimosas
to
in an hour.
fucking make.
I would have been like
Charlie.
shitting myself on the plane.
You did that?
I said if I would have
Yeah.
got the mimosas, I would have drank like 10.
Mm.
And I would have just been like trash.
You'd have been flying on
Because
the-
like we got the whiskey on the rocks, but it was good. So honestly, I just drank the whiskey
How long's
the
that
whole
flight?
time,
Like an hour?
and it's about an hour,
Is it?
1 hour.
Nice.
That's
Did you guys get
Oakland,
on?
LA.
It's a quick drive.
What was
That's
the in-flight movie?
It's 2.5 episodes. Of
They have
Seinfeld.
TV,
Oh, so you just
Oh,
had
you
to
gotta choose your
so
shit
I was
behind
actually
the-
watching the Avengers, the first one.
Oh,
Great
nice.
movie. I saw the
Nice.
ending.
Ah,
A classic.
I saw the ending, and then they played it again, and I saw like the first 20 minutes, and then that was it.
Nice. As long as you watch the.
But you know what
yeah,
movie I saw on the
title.
way over there that I was like, man, this is a great movie.
Uh-huh.
Hook. Remember Hook?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. That's a good one.
Yeah, I was watching.
Damn.
I was all like crying and shit, sitting next to my dad, all like.
Dude, Robin Williams, man.
You're not
Fucking.
Peter.
And then like I was
Robin.
hungover, so I was like
You hugged
extra
your dad.
emotional, you know.
You hugged your dad.
I didn't
like,
want to
Pop.
grow up, babe.
Pop, you promised you'd never grow up.
Oh my god.
But,
Oh, you know what scene got me
Huh.
is when he first gets to Neverland and like all the Lost Boys are fucking with him,
Yeah.
but then that little black kid comes out and he like messes with his face and he goes,
Oh yeah, he goes back.
"Oh, there you are."
Oh, I remember that.
And then all like a bunch of the Lost
They
Boys
all
like run
remember.
over and over to him. But dude, the soundtrack, dude, it's like,
Yeah,
oh
yeah,
man,
John
that's
Williams,
that
no?
soundtrack, dude.
That's
I
some
mean,
Williams.
like right through the freaking heart, man. It's
Oh,
like
man.
I wish I could. I wish I could sing it, but.
Rufy.
And then Rufio's like, "Are you gonna follow that drooler against Capitan Hook?" And then like the Lost Boys run back,
Yeah.
and he goes, "I'm the pan now. No one's gonna take it from me." Oh man, that movie! I was getting
Yeah.
all like, "Best supporting actor, Rufio, Rufy, snubbed."
Damn, nobody's gonna say it. Right?
Rufio.
Oh,
Oh,
we're spiking.
we're spiking hard. So
That was really
yeah,
good.
that was my
a
weekend,
damn good
dude.
story.
And then we landed, and I got back to the pad and went to sleep.
Nice.
That was
Wait to
very
sleep.
nice.
It was
Beautiful.
dope. I got home like about 9 o'clock at night.
Damn, nine
I was on such a drinking tip that I was like, I'm gonna get home and keep drinking.
Oh shit.
I was
Wow.
like-
And here
but then
we
I got
are.
home and I was like,
That's best.
It's his
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is
I hope
best.
you drank a lot of water after that. It sounds like you didn't drink
Yeah.
any water.
you made all the
nah, I
wrong-
drank some
You had
water.
some
You made all the
Stone.
wrong choices, bro.
Nah, I drank some
Nah.
water.
Hey,
I probably cut in
water.
between with a bit
How,
of water.
what about you, Mike? You went
Oh,
to
yeah, how was the beer fest?
Sabroso
Oh, yeah.
Fest, right?
Sabroso on Sunday.
Damn, how was
On
that?
Sunday. It was dope, man.
I read your Instagram post, and it was like best Sunday ever.
It really was,
Yeah.
man. Especially for a Sunday, because I work on Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I had Monday off too, so
Ooh, nice.
recovered yesterday.
Nice.
But
What'd you
man,
watch?
it was awesome. We got there early. It was at Dana Point, so that's like
Where is that?
That's halfway to San Diego.
San Diego,
Wow.
man.
Halfway to San Diego.
Yeah,
Just
bro.
about.
So we met our buddies there.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna fast forward to the end real quick, and then
Okay.
somehow work my way to the beginning.
Okay, you
and
do
then
you,
come
baby.
back to the
Unlike a
end.
certain play.
Nah, joking.
It did go chronologically. It did. I swear.
All right, go ahead.
Oh,
Mike.
well, since I went to a Sabroso Beer Fest, it was also like a lucha libre wrestling matches there. But let's open up some of my beers right now.
Oh yeah. Mikey makes
He has a
beers.
special surprise for us.
He's a brewer, independent brewer now, I guess.
Oh yeah. Hey, why don't you tell us about the beer?
Tell the audience.
Why don't you tell us about the beer?
What kind of beer is?
Yeah. Well, let him get his.
So
let him
Mike-
get his beers
Mike's
out.
been brewing beer for like what, a year?
He's been
over a
years.
year.
No, more
2
than a year.
years.
Remember that
Three.
time? Hey, remember it wasn't too long ago where he gave us a batch.
Oh,
Remember?
yeah.
And we drank it,
There was
and
a
we
first
told him
batch.
like we were like, it's pretty good, but it could, whatever. And we gave him try to give him some
Some
constructive
moderated,
criticism,
yeah.
and he got mad at us.
No. Yeah.
He was like, just fucking enjoy it.
Yeah. You ungrateful fucks.
Fucking assholes. I don't even have to share
I
that.
show
with
you my work.
I'm
you
like,
shit
dude,
all over
Mike,
it.
you give us the beer, you pour your fucking heart and soul into this shit, and you give it to
Like
me
that
and
guy
Felipe, your
from
friends, who I
Rick and
assume
Morty.
you respect our opinion. I don't want to lie to you. You're my
Yeah.
friend. I want to tell you the truth, and I tell you the truth, and you fucking
I feel
crucify
like
me.
Flat.
I feel like every time you guys are telling a story about me, you make me
Villainized?
you put extras on it.
Not even.
Whoa.
Bro, you
No,
were
no,
so
no.
fucking.
Whoa,
You were
man.
like, you got
Hold
so
on.
mad, dude, and you were a fucking pussy, and you
Hold
know
on.
it.
Yeah, fuck
Oh,
you.
whoa.
You're a little fickle
Okay.
motherfucker, and
Oh,
you
no.
know it.
Whoa. All right.
No,
All
I'm
right.
gonna
Time
defend
out.
Mike and say he is the
Time
nicest
out.
man I've ever met.
Okay. First of all, nobody called anybody
JT.
Now, that being said,
I did.
you did
Wow.
get a little over aggressive.
Yeah, sometimes you guys
When we-
fucking piss me
We
off.
tried to give you. The only thing I said was that it just needed to be carbonated just a little bit more.
And it's hard to carbonate.
just
I
give
never
us some
carbonated
carbonation.
anything. You ever carbonated anything?
No, I never
I never
carbonated.
carbonated everything.
Just want a little bit of carbonate.
I ain't never carbonated nothing. Not ever.
Not
Don't give me
now.
all the carbonate. I just want some. Just a
I
little
just want a little bit of carbonation.
Get yourself a
Give me
glass.
some
So
piss.
we,
All right.
we can't drink out of the bottle.
He
We
said,
I don't
have
wanna-
glasses
he
here.
said
You already
no.
know the
He
answer
said
to
this
that.
is the way we're supposed to drink.
We're
it.
gonna
He
pour-
won't let us drink out of the bottle.
All right.
We'll pour the mic.
First things first. What kind of beer is this, Mike?
This is just a regular pale ale.
A regular pale ale?
Just a bit.
Paleo.
It's named Colorado Pale Ale, Colorado Boulevard Pale Ale.
Where do you get your
Oh.
recipes from?
I don't know where.
From Colorado
I
Boulevard.
don't know where Colorado Boulevard is. I'm pretty sure there's a lot throughout the United States.
Oh, okay.
Colorado Boulevards.
Say that all over again.
But I go to there's this place in Eagle Rock. It's a home brew supply, and
Ooh.
they already have recipes.
Oh, okay.
They have them out on a piece of paper, and they have
So,
a certain depending on the.
Do you buy like it's a recipe book, or do you go and buy the recipe it comes with the
I
ingredients?
have a recipe book
Yeah.
that I haven't used any recipes from there, but I can even go on the internet and go to like Stone.
But
and search
when you
like
when
a
you go to
photo.
this place, does it
Yeah.
come? Is it like a kit? Like, do you buy Okay, so when you get the recipe, does it come with ingredients, or do you have to buy the ingredients separate?
Oh yeah, the sheet is the recipe, and I have to pick out the ingredients. I get the grain, I put them in a bag. Get the hops, put them in a bag.
Oh,
I
okay.
get my
okay.
my malt extract.
Oh, I
Put it in a
see.
bag. I pack it all myself. I can ask for help.
Mm.
So yeah, and then I get that, and when I want to plan my brew day, I just as long as you have the recipe.
And how long did this have to brew for? Did this set pale ale?
Wait for this.
Okay.
Ooh. God damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How'd you do that?
Smells good.
Pop it off.
How'd you do that?
You just open it.
Open it. yeah. You just
Wait. Can I try?
I'm gonna take a selfie with the beer.
Oh.
Oh fuck.
Wait. Which way?
push it forward.
Yeah, use your thumb. Push that. Yeah, like that. Little lower thumb's right here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Not all over the mic.
All right.
I'd prefer you drink the bottle, the beer, out of a glass, out of a cup.
But you're
Okay.
gonna let us do what we please?
You can.
Can I try it out of the bottle first? Will you be
do
upset?
whatever you want.
Okay, let me try it out of the bottle first. All right, here we
Wait,
go.
sure.
Taste test. Pale ale. What's the name?
The Colorado
Pale Ale. Wait a minute. Let me pop mine. Did you pop yours already?
Yeah, everybody popped theirs.
Wait, here's mine. Ready? How do I do it?
Lower.
Bottle lower.
No, put your thumbs lower. No. You had it right. There, put it, pop that. Pop that forward.
Right?
Yeah.
It's not working. Oh, wait.
No,
Okay.
Ah,
Yeah.
you got it.
That was fun.
I'm gonna pour on Mike.
This is fun. All right, then.
All right. All right, you then. All right. So Colorado Pale Ale
Yeah.
to you.
To you. This one's good.
That's delicious.
So this is I brew with my
Oh,
buddy.
dude, that shit tastes
Danny
fucking
Garcia,
bomb.
Stargazer.
Poured that out. Hopefully
brew
it came
bud.
out on.
Man, that's
on the cup.
One of the
You smell
first
it.
one of the first times we
Go.
brewed, first couple of times, and we bottled them. I remember we bottled a couple beers.
That is a nice
and
brew.
the recipe said
Ooh, look at that.
wait for the carbonation to be.
Take a picture of that. Put it on the Instagram.
Okay.
At least it said at least 2 to 3 weeks for the carbonation to build in the bottom.
Right.
It was our first time bottling, and we didn't really know what to expect. We bottled it, primed it. Prime is you add sugar. The sugar creates carbonation within the bottle over a period of time. So 2 weeks passed by, and we opened up the beer. And it just tasted like
terrible?
sour. It was.
This was recently?
No, this is. Oh man, I started like 2.5 years ago, almost 3.
Shit's amazing.
It tasted way too carbonated. Think of like.
Oh, you're saying your first batch.
One of the first batches that I bottled, because we started kegging too in the beginning.
That's good beer.
We just, I don't know why we jumped to that. We're just like, let's fucking do it.
Yeah.
So it tasted just think of a way too carbonated, like.
Oh man,
You know how they have the
That's just bomb, huh?
Oh,
you know the carbonated water, how
it's got a
just
kick to it.
It somehow feels too carbonated in a way.
Yeah.
Whoa,
It tasted like that, and the
Jesus
the
Christ.
flavors didn't settle. So I got rid
Wow,
of it.
wow.
I
Put
tossed
some
all
hair on
those
your
bottles
balls.
This is a
away.
strong, good
I
pint.
tossed all those bottles away. And if I would have just waited like another 2 weeks, it would have been fucking just fine. But me not knowing, I ruined that beer.
Down.
It's a hearty
This
pint.
one, we fucking knew what we were doing.
No way.
Hey man, a trial and error, dude.
Yeah.
No one ever gets it right the first time, except for the Rev, of course. But most people at average intelligence, it takes a couple times. It's all right, man.
Yeah,
It's gonna be all right.
It's
I own
called
23
process.
kookaroos.
How many?
How many
Process
y'all ain't
of
got one
elimination.
kookaroos?
You got it.
Hey, cheers. This is actually really
That's
good,
a
Mike.
Really
fucking
good,
beer.
Mike.
This is a.
This is you know what
Gazer
I
and Mike, right?
Hey,
Sweet little-
Gazer,
yeah.
we need to have you and Gazer on so you could bore us with your process.
I mean, it wasn't boring.
Drop some modern
Mike
knowledge
was
about
talking and
beer.
I zoned right out.
Yeah, I saw you. That's why. I saw you
Oh
do
no!
that.
You sound good.
I saw it happen. Like it was like happening.
So the
happening.
top-
No,
Three
honestly,
cities.
I took a drink of the beer and I was like, God damn, Lord have mercy.
When I took a drink,
When-
I was like in a nice meadow, running
Yes.
through the grass.
When I took a drink, I remember in Ratatouille when he eats the ratatouille and he goes back to his mother's
Oh,
house
yeah.
when he was a boy. It was like that. I used to scrape my knee and my mom would give me beer until I passed out.
Shut the fuck up.
I taste like
Yes.
pancakes.
And she would say, "Stop
Like
crying,
summertime.
you fucking little punk." She would say, "I'm gonna give you a reason to cry."
Yep, that's the go-to.
And I'd be like, "What are you gonna do?
shit.
Hit me?" She'd be like, "You're adopted." Now cry.
My emotions.
Your sister's my favorite.
We found you in a Cheerios box. What? It said just add water. You're not real.
You're not real.
You're not real.
You're a robot.
You're a figment.
You're a figment of my imagination. You're a glitch in the matrix. This one.
Stupid.
Anyway,
anyway.
so we tasted your beer.
This is
it's a
good.
Broso Fest.
It's a
I'm
very
going
nice.
so fast. Oh man, yeah, it's halfway there to San Diego.
Mike, don't hold the mic like that
Mike, don't hold the mic like that.
because it's not picking you up.
You gotta be. Yeah.
You gotta hold it like that.
I'm gonna hold it the way I'm holding
He's
it.
gonna
bro.
freestyle
Alright,
it,
you let
and
me
if he
drink the
comes
beer
out,
out of the out
yeah,
of
it's
the.
true. I really think you should use a glass because how is it
Honestly,
gonna
it's-
breathe?
It is. It does.
It's
For
tops.
some reason, it's a lot better out of the.
it's tops.
For some reason.
But
Science.
I could argue it tastes a certain way in the bottle.
You're
Right?
letting it air out. It tastes
It's a
good.
unique way if it's like straight from the.
It's
Let
easier to
Rev do
drink
whatever
from
he
the
wants.
cups.
Oh fuck yeah!
All right.
Fuck yeah!
Let Rev do whatever he wants.
Anyway.
Rev gonna do what Rev gonna do. That's it.
While we were there, we met our buddies, and at the end we were gonna go to Buffalo Wild Wings.
Who
We tried
headlined?
to- We tried Offspring. That was fucking epic.
Ooh.
Well, at the end when we
Yeah.
were leaving, we were gonna meet our buddies at Buffalo Wild Wings. I accidentally put the wrong Buffalo Wild Wings, and we ended up like 15 miles out of San Diego.
Oh.
Whoa.
Ahead? So towards
Well,
San
how
Diego.
far is Dana Point from San Diego?
Like 40 minutes.
40
Like
minutes?
40. It was like
45
miles,
minutes?
something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
'cause it's
30
probably about
miles.
an hour, and it's supposed to be 2 hours from LA to San Diego. It's
Yeah.
probably about an hour
Dana Point
to
took us
Dana
like an hour
Point.
to get there.
Hour, yeah.
Yeah.
And then from there it would be another hour.
I was all tore up at the end.
Who was driving?
My cousin Johnny, so he.
Oh,
he
that's
was my
right.
DJ, yeah.
Well, he can't
He
drink.
can't drink.
Johnny
He's
Garage.
underage too, as well. So.
Oh shit.
He's a great driver,
Johnny
though.
Garage,
That's not
yeah.
why
He's
he
the
wasn't
great
drinking
driver.
though.
No, well, we were blazing it. We were blazing. We got there super early. They had shuttles for people that were going there because they had parking 4 miles away. There wasn't anything on the beach. Or remember we went to the No Effects that Frosty, Heidi, and Frank show.
Yeah,
And we had to park
birthday bash.
all the way down.
Yeah.
It wasn't like that. So they had shopping centers where they were laying event parking right there, and then they had shuttles going 4 or 5 miles out from the.
Oh, I bet you it was a bitch to get out, huh?
So we got there early. I told the boys, let's leave early. We took off like at 9:30, 10 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
What time was the show supposed to end?
Whoa, no, I mean,
Or what time did the show end? So you
doors
left at
opened
9:30.
Doors opened at 1.
You left at 9:30.
Yeah.
So when was the show? When was the headliner going on?
Offspring went on like at 7 o'clock, like at sundown, 7, 8 o'clock.
Oh, so they were still playing when you left?
No, we waited for them. We waited for it to be over.
Oh, so you waited for everyone to leave.
Well, yeah, we waited for the show to be over.
Uh,
Well, so the beer
You
tasting
got
was
to.
from as soon as they opened, went from 1 to 4, and then bands are playing throughout. Black Flag played. What you remember that old skater Mike Vallely, Mike V?
No.
Well, super old school skater.
Valali?
He,
yes,
Mike
Mike
Vallely?
V.
Yes, Michael. Yes.
yes, Michael.
Yeah, I think I heard something.
He's
He was in
Michael
Tony
V.
Hawk.
Yeah.
He was in Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1.
Was
Yeah,
he?
He was in a couple. He was in a few actually.
Oh, really? Oh.
Very nice.
Yeah, but he sings for Black Flag now, and yeah,
Sweet.
he killed it. He was badass motherfucker.
That's pretty
He
dope.
He
That's
sings,
good.
you said?
Yeah.
Huh. Okay.
Why is that? Why is that shocking?
I don't know.
You just can't
I
fathom
know
that
Mike
a
V. He
skateboarder.
never struck me as a vocalist.
Yeah.
He never mentioned that to me when you.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said I
about-
played.
This is news to me.
He
You
You guys
said I
just said you
dabbled.
didn't know.
That's
Oh,
news to
I
me.
thought you were talking about another.
Oh, I
Mike
thought you meant
Yeah,
like
yeah,
another.
Fuck
Mike. I actually used to know a guy in high school, and his name was Michael Vallejo, I think,
Vallejo.
or Volante. I don't remember.
That's crazy, dude.
It might have been Hernandez. I'm blanking.
You know what? Never mind. It was Hernandez.
Yeah, you know what? Actually,
Redacted.
it was
The complete
Ramirez. That's what
Velasquez.
it
It
was.
was Velasquez.
He was a shit
Velasquez?
then, and he was a shit now. No, I was kidding.
Yeah, it was a douche
I didn't know
man,
you.
and he was
I
a
didn't know
douche
your.
now.
I didn't know your friend. I don't know.
Actually, I didn't go to high school. I went to high school not too far from here.
Damn.
For anyone
show
still
kids?
listening,
Dude, everybody want to know our address.
yeah, that's where
Addresses.
technically like the Full Show Kids first met, but we didn't become the Full Show Kids till
no one cares about
post
that.
high school.
Yeah,
What
I
the
could,
fuck?
I could argue
I
the
can think
same.
of a couple people that
I don't-
care about
I
that.
don't-
I can't
I
think
don't
of any
know
cool
who-
fucking bands you've been in.
I don't know
Zero.
what.
That's how many.
I've been in two.
I've been in two.
I've been
All
in
right,
two.
all right,
pretty
time
cool
out,
ones.
time out.
I've been
Time
in
out.
two. I've been in
Zero.
two. I've been in two
Zero.
pretty cool
I've
ones.
been in
Time
like
out. Wait.
5.
Everyone's
in
talking over
pretty-
each other.
I've been in two cool ones.
Hold on.
Yeah,
I've
what
been
were they
in one.
called? What were they called?
Provoke thoughts.
Yeah,
and see-
right.
Yeah.
Lame.
Nobody called anybody.
I didn't see your band
Provoke
go anywhere.
thoughts. What kind
Yeah.
of gay ass,
You're
pop
both
punk ass
stupid.
name is that?
Where your band go?
Shit.
Oh, wow.
Where'd
Your
your
band go?
band go? You work in the fucking mailroom.
Shit. Okay.
Kick his
I
ass.
got full time, dog. I
Oh.
got dental.
It's a big deal. My teeth are fine.
That doesn't make you a better band.
All I gotta do is brush them. Fuck.
Not true. You gotta floss. Flossing is
Fly, you
lame.
don't floss a day in your fucking life.
I
if you know.
floss, motherfucker.
Please.
I got floss.
I
Provoke
floss.
Who's
thought.
who floss? You have to floss.
I'll provoke a thought right now.
I just picked up
You
flossing.
a
Best
salty
thing ever.
ass
I ain't salty.
motherfucker.
I ain't salty.
A little.
Neither
Yours
am I.
I
bitter.
was trying to tell you some social kid tales, but you want to talk shit.
I'm not salty. I'm as bitter as your beer.
Okay.
That was a good one, actually.
Look.
That was a damn good one.
No one
Also, the fucking
I was in a
Lucha
couple good
Libre
bands.
match. Nacho came out.
Nacho
Nacho?
who? Nacho Libre came out?
No
Jack
way.
Black?
No, so not him, but you know
Somebody
But
wearing
like
a mask.
a impersonator?
Yeah. Who was Ramsey? Ramsey.
Ramses.
So they were
Gordon
tag team. There was some random. There was a random two guys in the beginning. Nacho comes out.
Was it real or fake?
It was.
It was
fake,
Lucha.
It was wrestling. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
Lucha.
Lucha's real.
So
It's
The
American
the
wrestling.
stakes are.
Wait a
Na-
minute.
so
You're
Nacho
telling me
comes-
wrestling? It's not
Nacho comes out with some other guy, and there's a tag team in the beginning, and it's all pie. Everyone's fucking having a good time. The wrestling, drinks going everywhere. Titties are flying left and right. I'm joking.
Titties everywhere. Really?
Their chest?
Oh, man.
Like they came
The
off.
perfect amount.
Titties were
Which is
flying
two?
left, flying right, flying high, flying low.
Well, so and then Ramsey
2 to
comes out of
3?
nowhere because Nacho gets tag team.
Ramses.
His other guy, his
At the
partner gets knocked
party.
out. Then Ramsey comes out, and then they pretty much fuck them up, and then they announce that they're gonna have like a title match at the end of the day.
Oh.
Did you watch the title match?
No,
Title
because there was just so much going on. There was also a taco eating contest because it was a taco
Ooh.
festival. And this guy.
How do you enter the taco eating
You
contest?
sign up
I
or
don't
do you
know. I don't know if you signed up before or prior. I didn't see
Is it-
anything about sign up.
pay? Do
So
they pay
who
for the
won? Like, did you
tacos?
watch
Do I
it?
pay for
There
the
was
tacos?
So he's this guy and this girl, this Japanese guy, Kobe something.
Kobe Bryant?
him and the other girl.
Kobe beef.
Kobayashi?
Kobayashi.
There was a tie. They both ate 160 tacos.
And like, are we
Woo!
talking like the little the
Flour
little
tortilla?
small
Like the
flour?
hand?
No, the corn tortillas.
Yeah, the
So-
corn.
Like the kind
Oh,
you get at
that's
the.
right.
I was kind of far
taquero?
because it was on the main stage and they
'Cause
had
those
it
are
on
dry
the,
as
the
fuck.
screen. You know, that's it's led to the stage. You have big old screen.
Do they give you lime?
On water.
So
and
what I
salsa, too.
see from what I see from where I was
Was
standing,
it
not
asada?
too far. It
I
looked like
love
asada.
Can
It
you
looked
choose the
like
meat?
asada. They were just grabbing like whatever was in front of them. So I just see like tortilla and meat just like crammed in his hand and putting his stuff in his mouth.
they
do you,
That's
do you see
disgusting.
any of it like flying out the sides?
all over the place.
There's no wrong way to eat a taco, man.
Yeah, there's not.
I know, but I mean, like, if I'm in a
That's the
in a
wrong way.
taco eating contest and I'm eating a taco and half the taco ain't even making it into my
Yeah.
mouth,
Yeah, then it shouldn't count.
yeah,
That's
then
the
that
tech-
shouldn't
I
count.
guess
They gotta
I-
eat the whole fucking
Do they
guess
have
taco.
as
refs?
long as the
Do they got refs
the
for
full
that shit?
yeah, they had refs. So I guess
Yeah, of
as long as
course.
the full tortilla was eaten
Yeah.
with meat in there, it's
Did they have
taco,
onions
right?
and cilantro on it? as
No,
well?
it was just
Nah, it's got to be
Okay,
just like
so
dry ass taco.
they
Cilantro.
tied 160 tacos at the end, so they had to weigh out. They had to weigh. They had to
They had to
weigh.
weigh
In,
each other's schlongs.
they had to weigh in
Yeah,
before
that's how you win.
the competition, and in case of a tie, you would weigh themselves after,
Uh-huh.
and whoever weighed
Oh,
more.
whoever weighed more.
So one could obviously the
math.
woman's gonna weigh less. Oh, I mean, I don't think she was bigger if I remember. I was
No,
pretty-
well, they
so it
just
was all
pretty
it was
drunk at this point.
unisex.
they
It was
just
everyone.
add
they just
whatever.
add, yeah.
was after.
So the guy had,
No
if
discrimination.
I remember, it was like 15, 20 pounds or something.
Woo, God
God
damn.
He
Damn.
gained
That he had
15 to
gained.
20
That's a
pounds
lot
Yeah.
of taco.
during the taco.
And so
That
And
can't be
presum-
healthy,
and
dude.
so
Presumably
he,
water. too.
And so yeah, because he's drinking a lot of water throughout
yeah,
the
they're
taco.
using water to dip
How do
the
you not
tacos in,
shit
right?
Yeah.
yourself,
So
dude?
right
How do you
after
not die
after
from
he's
it?
announced the winner, he goes and he turns to the side and then he lifts up his shirt and you just see like he looked like he was pregnant.
Oh,
Damn. he was sticking it out
So
though.
but still, like
He had
Was he a,
to.
was it a white guy, Asian guy?
he was a Japanese guy, Kobe something.
Japanese.
Ooh.
Oh, they
Oh,
Japanese.
man.
They're always. Remember, like in the early 2000s, maybe late 90s. There was like they had it on
hot
Fox.
dog,
It was
yeah.
a hot dog, and this little tiny Asian guy won against like this big fat American guy
yeah.
Did you see the man
named Dave
versus animal?
Salazar.
Did you ever-
Oh.
I'll beat him. I'll beat his ass. Give me all the. hot
But
dogs.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, man.
I
and
wonder
then-
if I could win a taco eating contest.
You ever see
Shit,
that show on
dude.
Fox?
Maybe we should have one.
bro, 160
Man versus
tacos.
beast.
How are we gonna get 160
that was a
tacos?
taco
That's too
festival.
much tacos.
That was a taco festival. I had 3 tacos since I got there, and I was full the whole day. Ken and I was drinking too, but I didn't want to eat after 3 tacos.
Do you have
They're
salsa on
pretty
that?
big.
I don't even want to do that, dude. When
Yeah.
like
That's the
overeating
wrong way.
sucks, bro.
That is the
Hell
wrong
Yeah,
way to eat tacos.
yeah.
actually.
Well, you gotta train your stomach though.
How do you enjoy that many tacos? You don't.
You don't
just
enjoy it.
don't.
It's a
Get 'em
from the
competition.
right
It's a pain.
taquero.
It's an endurance.
I don't know.
It's like weightlifting.
Yeah.
Can you get pastor or it's asada only?
Yeah, they're specific because I
What
have
about
chicken and
lengua?
I
Ooh.
don't know, bro.
Buche? I don't know why people like buche.
God,
I'm
that
not
sounds
really-
fucking
You like
bomb.
I
buche?
don't know. I don't know.
It's alright.
Cabezas better, dude.
I like carnitas. You
I-
No,
can't
I'm
beat
just kidding. I'm just
carnitas.
kidding. 3 pas. That shit.
Tripas.
Could you
That's
get
what
a
it's at, dude.
chicharrones?
You got to be careful with tripas.
Yeah.
Could you get a
Don't
burrito?
fucking
I don't
flag it.
know,
Is
bro.
there a burrito eating contest?
I didn't know the rules.
He's just hungry. He's starting to get hungry.
Yeah. Can you put cilantro? Is
Dang.
cilantro
Can we
disqualifier?
taco after
We're
this?
not.
So how was San Diego? Did you go into San Diego at all, or the city that was
No,
in?
we
Was it
noticed that
nice?
we were going the wrong way, and then we busted a bitch.
Oh.
And then we still made the Buffalo Wild Wings. Our friends was still there
Nice.
chilling.
Damn.
It was 30 minutes to get back. I remember that. I was like, all right, I'm on it.
Fuck.
We fucked up.
Yeah, we man fucked
Well, how
up.
was the
man.
city it was in? Was it really nice?
What, the Buffalo
Calabasas,
Yes,
not
so-
Calabasas. It's called
Wild Wings? Oh, Dana
Oceanside.
Point? It was, no,
San Clemente.
I don't know, just Dana Point.
No, Dana Point is
Well-
where the festival was.
Yeah.
What about when you went close to San Diego?
Yeah, was it nice?
Or you never got off the
I
freeway?
didn't get, well, we got off
No.
the freeway and then to get back on the freeway.
Well, gentlemen.
I was drunk at this fucking time.
Well, gentlemen, I have a list here
Oh, all right. Best.
of the U.S. best cities to live in. Top
Mhm.
20.
Oof.
Do you guys think you can guess number 1?
Malibu.
Best
Yes.
cities to live, but like
The
best
cities in
best
America?
based on what? Like cheapest rent, best houses, best schools, best
What
food.
is this
bitches.
criteria?
Affordability.
Best hoes.
They're all
hoes.
based off of
Hottest or
affordability.
availability?
Highest net migration.
Net migration.
Oh,
And
this is gonna be
Oh
troublesome,
my
isn't
god,
it? This is
I'm
gonna
so
be...
bored right now.
yeah.
Hey,
Oh,
thanks for
bored
having me
people
on,
get
dude.
bored.
Oh, for sure, Dave. You're welcome anytime.
Only boring people.
Okay,
Yes.
here's
Hey, I
okay.
want my sticker, man.
Number one city to live in,
You gotta get
based
your
on what?
All right.
Based off just being
Ooh.
affordability and being nice, I guess. And
Okay.
migration.
I'm gonna go ahead and say
Malibu.
Albuquerque, New Mexico,
Wait, this is America or the world?
the United States.
I was gonna say Copenhagen, Germany.
Ooh,
That's not in the U.S., is it?
Israel.
In the
No.
U.S.,
I'll
Fuck.
give you
Mother
number
Russia?
East Coast, West Coast. Give me a
I'll give
hint.
you
Give me a
number 20.
hemisphere.
Okay, give us number 20.
Yeah.
number 20 in North Carolina, Charlotte.
Ooh.
Charlotte.
Charlotte, North Carolina.
That's where you go to retire one day.
Number 19, interesting.
Go.
Washington D.C.
Ooh.
Oh, I never been to Washington.
19?
Washington D.C. is
There's
like
so much
where is it's
fighting
like it's a
in there.
district. It's not even in any
I heard
state.
there's a lot
of
of
Columbia,
crime
I
there.
think.
Yeah. Go figure.
There's a lot of crime
I
everywhere.
mean,
Yeah,
there is
crime's
Congress
around
there.
us.
Hey,
That's
hey,
why you gotta take it there, Chris.
hey, swing.
No.
I'm not crazy. It's the two slash. You're the one that's crazy. It's the two slash. They put me in an institution. It's the two slash.
All right. See what?
We just got punk rock
Number-
right now.
Number 1.
This shit's getting me pretty drunk, dude.
Number
Getting
1.
all sweaty and shit.
5%.
You're going to like this, Rev.
Go.
Number 1.
Monterey Park, California.
No.
Boyle Heights, East
so you
LA.
might not-
Is
Dibman.
it boy?
No.
Dibman Avenue.
Dibman
Dibman
wrong.
at first.
All wrong.
What?
Number 1, Austin, Texas.
Austin, Texas. Why would I give a fuck about Austin, Texas?
I thought you were going to Texas.
I am going to
Actually,
Texas.
they
in a couple weeks.
I have
I'm
2
going-
cousins that live there.
Oh yeah. I'm
You'll
going to
fucking enjoy it.
San Antonio. Actually,
My beer's so good, guys.
it is good, dude.
You know what? You know what would really sell? Austin, Texas. That's
Austin,
where some people
Texas.
be buying some of this at some kind of bar.
They can't afford
This is
it.
cowboy brew from Cali.
So wait, Austin, Texas is the best place to live?
Yup, Austin, Texas.
Why though?
There's so much space in Texas, dude.
There's a lot of space.
So
Texas
much
is
room for
fucking huge.
activities.
Exactly,
There's just
I
so
don't know.
much.
dude. I'd
There
want to
was,
live there.
So much room for
It
activities.
says even though the number of people have decreased moving into the state capital.
Mike, what the fuck?
Yeah.
That kind of scared me. I was
Just
it sounded like
'cause
a
it's
train.
Texas.
I was like, is a train coming for the train for the garage? yeah.
Well, I guess it's based off of higher education.
Don't. All right.
Economic
Mike,
development.
Shut up. Okay, go.
Based off of higher education and economic development.
Well, Austin, Texas is a
South by Southwest, right? Don't they
It's
have
a
that shit?
college town.
Is that right?
And there's a lot of businesses going there too.
I never been there. I'm gonna.
Well, it
Okay,
says
here's my.
Dude,
I'm going to San Antonio in about a week and a half.
guys, let's all go to Texas.
My plan is okay. I'm about to be
I
there.
love that.
It's only an hour.
Report in.
Austin's only an hour from San Antonio, so I'm gonna go check out the scene. I guess they have South by Southwest out there, which is like a music festival that's been gaining a lot of momentum in the past couple
Yeah.
years.
Yeah.
Because I remember like
So,
Coachella used to be like kind of like the big rock festival they used to go on,
yeah.
like early to mid 2000s and stuff, and like 2010s. But then it kind of became mainstream, and now
Dude, take
South by Southwest seems to be like the place where all like the rock acts are going.
I could really see Cosmo fitting
They're
in
going
in,
down that
in
way?
Austin.
They're going to Austin. Well,
Look at
South
them.
by Southwest is in Austin, Texas, so rock and roll lives in Texas, I guess.
Yeah,
Interesting.
I don't believe you.
What was number 2? Where does LA stand?
LA's not on the list, bro.
Oh my God, it's horrible.
Not on the 20
I
list.
hate living
Dude, do
here.
you love traffic?
You don't
If
hate
so,
it.
come to LA.
Well, all my friends and family live here, but I mean,
Number
like,
2.
No, yeah.
Number 2, and
So
this
expensive.
is actually interesting. Denver, Colorado.
Ooh,
ooh, that's where the Illuminati headquarters.
yeah. We shall not talk about Denver.
Damn. Colorado has 2 cities on here.
Yeah.
2 and 3.
I know
Boulder?
Aspen,
Boulder.
No, Colorado Springs.
Ooh,
Colorado Springs.
it's named after Colorado.
Yeah.
It's good to
After
go.
Huh.
I do believe there's a spring there.
It's like
Fayetteville, Arkansas.
who the
Arkansas.
fuck?
That's number
Arkansas,
3?
nice.
That's number 4.
That's like
What's it called?
Bizarro LA.
Can you read that?
It's called Fayetteville. Louisiana. Arkansas.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Arkansas doesn't even exist.
Yeah, I thought
I
that's
feel like
just where we get our corn
I
from.
feel like it's nothing's in Arkansas. Like what comes from
Yeah.
Arkansas? There's only one thing I know about Arkansas. There's
Murders.
There's a song I know, and
Yeah.
it was called Arkansas, and this was the lyric. While I travel this wide world over, and some good times I saw. I traveled this wide world over, some good times I saw.
one up.
But I never knew what misery was till I went to Arkansas.
Oh God.
But I never knew what misery was till I went to Arkansas. It's a good song. And then
It
you know
doesn't
what
really
else? I
sell
know
it.
one more other thing about Arkansas. My buddy, I won't say his name. His
name's
mom
Arkansas.
got laid off. This was years back. She got laid off from her job after working there for 20 years or whatever. And she's like, what am I going to do with my life? So she gets with her homegirl. They buy an RV. And from L.A., they fucking drive cross country, getting stoned and eating weed cookies and just go all the way across the tent. And they end up in Arkansas. And they end up getting pulled over in Arkansas. And they had like an ounce of weed on them. And they
That's a lot of
didn't
weed.
find it. They got away with it. But had they found that weed on them in Arkansas,
Serious jail
it would have
time.
been serious jail time.
And are they Latino or were they white?
I'm not sure. No, they were white.
They're white.
I'm not sure.
Might have got a slap on the wrist.
I'm not sure. Yeah,
You
but
see
they
it
had
from the car.
California plates, so they were
Ooh.
hippies as far as they were concerned.
Yeah.
They don't
Number
mind.
Cook.
5. I've heard of this only in the movies. Des Moines, Iowa.
Oh, Des Moines,
Des Moines.
Iowa,
Des Moines.
I believe.
What's so great in Des Moines?
These are all
Moines.
places.
Did
that,
they
like,
say why?
Are cheap to live.
Yeah, that's
but
probably cost of
nothing's-
living.
Nothing's there, dude. Nothing's. What the fuck's going on
Yeah, like,
in
well,
Fayette, Arkansas?
Oh, you-
I wanna
San
know.
Francisco's on
Wait,
here.
you might get a
Um,
listener in Des Moines.
Frisco's expensive though,
Number 7, Frisco.
but like
People love it.
there's a lot of colleges there.
People love
I
it.
guess. I think they feel like these are all college towns.
Yeah, Seattle,
Yeah.
Washington.
Seattle,
It's in the youth.
What
Number
makes
9.
LA so bad?
I don't know.
Frisco's probably more expensive than Los Angeles.
I'll tell you what makes out
USC's a town.
What? You live here?
all the fucking assholes.
Like I said,
Yeah.
San Jose,
We're all
14.
someone's
Nashville,
asshole.
15.
Nashville.
Asheville, North Carolina, 16.
Asheville. You can't have Asheville and Nashville in the same
Yeah,
place.
they rhyme. It sounds good.
Yeah.
Asheville, Nashville.
Boise, Idaho.
Smashville. Boise.
Yeah, these.
Boise.
Yeah, you're right,
Boise.
Rev. These are all like.
Gotta
These
get
are all
that
these are,
Asheville.
these are college towns with college kids. You know where else is a college town? We were just there. Fresno.
Yep.
Yeah.
Fresno's a college town. And I mean, it wasn't so bad. It
Would you
was
want to live in Fresno? Yeah.
actually kind of nice.
I wouldn't want to fucking live there.
You wouldn't want to live in
Why
Fresno?
not? It was
No.
as it was as populated as any other place. The only thing is it didn't have like a big metropolitan city.
I like that.
Poison.
I like the smog. It's
You know.
keeps you on your toes.
Anyways, should we wrap this
Where are
up,
we
fellas?
at? We're
I
at
thought
an
we were
hour.
about to start.
About an hour 15. You mean this wasn't prep the whole time?
No, I thought we
Anyone
just
have
flow
any
in
like
there.
closing words,
Dave,
statements?
anything
Dave?
you want to say?
No, it's actually been a thrill. It's been
Has it been a
it's
thrill?
rev-tastic and philorific. I was gonna say that.
Ooh, I like that.
That's
Well,
not a
you
thing.
got Mike.
What about Schmeichel?
Do you guys have like sign off, like something to say,
Wait a minute.
like your sign off, like
And now you know the rest of the story.
that's pretty good.
Go fuck
Nobody
yourself,
called.
San Diego.
Felipe, do you have like a sign off?
And nobody called anybody a J.
Terrible sign off.
say that,
Reverend out.
Guys are, what you guys want
Mike.
to finish
Do
right now?
you have a sign
Right
off?
now, we're already like over an hour.
I mean, I
Are
felt
you
like we
feeling
just
it? You
got
have anything to
started.
say?
Yeah, go for it.
Go.
Y'all like video games?
Ooh, I started playing God of War again. I kind of like stepped away from it for a while, but it's good. It's good. It's good.
Yeah.
That's all the time we have.
Thank you everyone for listening. Dave, thanks for coming on.
You got it anytime. I'll return it anytime.
I can't recall anything
You
interesting.
eating on the mic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. No one said I couldn't do it.
Yeah, we didn't set any rules. So anybody who comes on our show, we don't have any rules.
Yeah.
There's an open door policy.
I can't recall anything interesting you said except for this whole eating on the mic fiasco.
I
That's
mean, I
probably-
wanted to talk about Infinity War and all its favorite part. It's the new Star Wars, guys. Go see it.
It is
It's
the
out in
Star
theaters right now.
Wars.
We gotta.
It's the Empire
coming out this
Strikes
month.
Back of our generation.
And
That's
again,
what
you
I
guys,
said.
We're gonna talk about it
Endgame,
for decades.
It's gonna end. I want Hollywood to shut down
It's
after
the new-
Endgame.
it's
There's no way they
Shakespeare.
could top it.
Yeah, it's the
No
New
way.
Testament.
There's no way. What's gonna happen? What can they possibly
It's
do?
the fucking New
after
Testament
Endgame?
of film, guys. Go watch it. And the Mike's beer.
Oh yeah,
That
nice
shit's
beer,
amazing.
Mike, thanks.
Oh,
Yeah.
beer was delicious.
Mike, do you have any words of wisdom to young brewers?
I don't know what I'm doing. So, no.
Oh, okay.
Fuck up as much as you can, because then you'll
Well,
get it
you-
right.
Well, you did something right.
Yeah, this is good.
It's not hard, bro. And in fact,
Apparently it is, because this took you about 2.5 years. I'm
That's
sorry.
a right amount.
that was a mean thing to say.
about time you realize that some of the shit you say is mean.
Oh my God.
No,
I love it.
because brewing is it's really just heating liquid, transferring liquid, and storing liquid.
Mhm.
And the boil has really put me on my spaghetti and pasta game, like because it's all the temperature, the heat control, the boil.
So
your
you make a
pasta's-
mean spaghetti.
I can make a mean spaghetti now.
That's not bad. Hey, it's hard. You could open up your own spaghetti restaurant.
Al dente?
Call it.
Al dente, bro.
call it-
Yes.
I was gonna say Spaghetti Mike's.
The denti.
Spaghetti Mike's. Felipe.
Thank you for listening, everybody. We do want to mention we still have that sticker giveaway
Yeah,
for
but we
our
haven't even reached
subscribers.
100 yet.
What was that?
Okay,
All sad.
It's okay.
Yeah.
it's okay. It's still there.
It'll get there. It's
It'll get there. We're
yeah.
almost there. We're halfway
Why don't you
there.
do shout outs?
I
Shout
just
outs.
do.
Do we have any new?
We might.
My sister told me she subscribed, so thank you, pro.
Which one? Oh, Pro.
Pro.
But is
Thank
she
you, Pro.
listening?
Probably. I don't know. Who cares?
Oh. Well, I mean, Jesus, we need listeners.
Well-
Subscribers don't mean everything.
We want people to listen to, but you guys can also just turn it on and then just leave it.
Leave it in the
Whatever.
background.
Yeah.
You don't even. I mean, let's be honest. We're not really saying anything that's particularly riveting. We're,
Interesting.
That's true.
we're just fucking around.
I had nothing to do today.
We have a
so,
sick
yeah.
ass.
The Rev and Filo podcast will also post pictures of Cosmo the dog.
Cosmo
Yes.
the dog. He's our mascot.
Oh look, your YouTube.
Just put up on that.
Oh look, Sally
Instagram.
Alvarez has subscribed to you.
Sally, thank
All
Sally.
right,
Woo.
Sally.
Sorry.
Woo. Let's see here. Schmilio.
Schmelio.
That's my
Emilio.
buddy.
Toast.
Nick Bea. I think
Yeah.
talked them. I shouted them out last week. That's it. From
Nick
in the
Bea.
email. All right, guys. Thanks for listening and subscribe. I don't know why you would subscribe. We're not really doing anything particularly interesting. Like I realize, like the YouTube channels that I like are like they have a niche. You know
Dude,
what I'm saying?
everybody has different ass YouTube selections. It's ridiculous. It's hella specific, actually.
Yeah, that's what I like about YouTube though. It's like
It's
you
niche.
can get really specific with your shit.
I like woodworking as much as the next guy, but do you guys give a shit? Probably not.
No, I watch a lot of.
Although it's
like,
fascinating, if I
audio.
showed you guys, you should watch this one documentary about landmarks and best places to live.
Yeah.
Or you
Not
can
really.
come. You can come to the Reverend Filo show and hear us talk about the best places to live. All places we've never been to.
We've never been anywhere.
All right, guys. Well, like and subscribe anyways. Hit that notification button, and you'll get a sticker if you hit that subscribe button.
Oh shit, I'm getting a boner. I always like that part.
That's a drop. Hey, a reference. All right.
Somebody's listening. Thanks.
It's my favorite part.
All right. Signing off then. Goodbye.
Why?